Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my Let's Play of Star System. This is episode 624. I'm doing part 2 of IAE 2955. If you remember, if you watched the last episode, what should have gone up Friday, we're watching this on a Monday, what's not my normal Star Citizen slot. I generally do Fridays, every Friday. But I stated for 2 weeks we were going to do basically Friday's normal episode, then do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, well, Friday, Sunday, because it's almost episode, and basically take the vampire slot right now, my main slot, and then do it for another week, because I was expecting it every 2 days, this haul to change. I don't think it's going to. I'm recording this technically directly, but not directly, after last episode, and when I say technically but not, basically I stopped to transfer it, took like 60 minutes on one computer, like another 60 minutes on the other computer, so like half an hour. I then edited it and now it's exporting so I can get up for Friday in time. So that's exporting as we speak. So I thought I'll get some more of these done now. So that's why, and because of that, because I already set everything to be stated for this 2 week period, I'm going to, as soon as we finish, instead of being RSA Day, what episode 1 was supposed to be, this episode was going to be Origin Day, and etc. And this is now part 1, part 2, because they're all mixed into one area. Well, different halls, but one big area, instead of changing every day. So that's the whole reason why I'm doing it this way now. So I'm reckoning we'll probably get part 3, maybe a part 4 out of this, roughly an hour each. And then what I'm going to do, because obviously this is a Monday's episode, then that'll be Tuesday, Wednesdays, and then what I'm probably going to do is, last episode I went up before I started this was actually 600, and we're doing 624 right now. These are going in between it, to be a bit fresher, to get on the channel, etc. So what more that's going to happen, if Thursday isn't a part, what do we say, about 4, this isn't a part 5, 601 will go up, then 602, and 603 for that 2 week period, and then these will go back to Fridays. So to keep everything that originally scheduled. That will mean, though, there my time to have 2 Star Citizens to do, and whatever these 10 episodes I don't get done for IAE, add that number to the 2 I need to do. Don't create my own little backlog. Okay, we left off here. We already looked, if you want to see last episode, we've looked at the pink there, the Talon, the Prowler, utility, and the Stinger, what SupernovaTiffy owns now. And we got to this one here. We also technically flew the Shiv. Technically freelance, but I didn't do that on channel after we had a bug and stuff. We looked at some of the stuff outside, the shirts and that. So we're going to cover as much as the whole we can in this hour, and then do the same for part 3, part 4, maybe part 5, I don't know. So next one, does it have the name here? Nope. As I was saying last time, this one is a starter ship. It's one of the more luxury ones. I believe, without having this information in front of me, it was like $70 or $75. But it is classed as a starter ship. There's 3 floors to this thing. It's obviously oh my god, look at this. It's an alien ship in that, and we've got stuff here to look at too. They're very small floors, but it's really cool there. Mate, come on! The Sulin. Probably butchering the name, the Sulin. As you can see, it's really nice, but again, I don't need a starter ship, so this is why I ain't picked this personally. Because I ain't giving me Aurora up. Because it was my first ever ship, so I have in the verse. I upgraded for a 5 to LX, back in the day. It was really like £16. Because also I'm from the UK and I originally paid in pounds, and then of course I'm in America, so it's dollars now, but originally it cost me £16. Technically I'm an original Kickstarter backer, and I say technically because the end of the Kickstarter has something like 11-12 days. If you did it in that time period back through the website, they class you as original Kickstarter backer. I did it, I'll say it ended 12 days, I did it on like day 11. For example, it's like 1 day before they stopped that, so I just got in barely. And it cost me £16. I think for my scout package, well, it had the Aurora in it. And later on I upgraded for a £5, so £5 more, and got an LX. And of course that package included Star Citizen, Squadron 42 Part 1, and Fancy Stretch Goals, I think it's Part 2, and I think we even get Part 3, don't we? As well. I might be wrong with Part 3, we definitely get Part 2. I got a feeling it's Part 3 as well, though. So like for £16, amazing value, upgraded to get extra missiles and a leather seat for a £5. Even though my leather seat turned around, it's still there, but the missiles have changed. Because I think originally it was 4 extra missiles, now it's gone down to 2, but they're bigger. Etc. for that ship. But that's what I'm saying. And of course, I named my first daughter, Aurora. So I have sentimental value to my Aurora starter ship. So I'm not getting rid of that ship, but there's no point having this, because basically, we know what this does, what Aurora does. This just looks fancier. And technically, I also have one of the the missed starter ships, but I have the variant of it. What's the radio version? Is it radio? New van's version of it. So obviously technically I have 2 starter ships, even though one is a variant. So I really don't need this. How do I get into you again? I forgot. Oh, that's there, I think. There we go. But it's a cool ship. If you are willing, again, I might be wrong with the price, but I'm thinking about 70, 75. Oh, okay, that's for fuel or something. $70, $75, and you want to get in the game, and you don't want to, because now there's stuff like $40 for the earliest starter ships. Oh, here we go. And you want a good, cool starter ship that, and you're not bothered about the Roarers or the Drake ships or whatever the other ones are. This is a good one. You don't mind spending 70 plus. And you like the alien versions, because again, alien technology, hence why this floats. This is a really cool ship for that. You got your little lift in here. That, I believe, is probably where you're going to put eventually your suits you wear, like at least one of them. No appropriate items. And these, yeah, these are weapon racks. So obviously when you're coming down your ship after you landed. Oh, also with this ship very quickly, see how it landed? When you take off, I believe it's one of the few, if only ships right now, that flips over. So see, this is the top, so you fly with this way. But then you have to land here, so it might be a little awkward to land. I've never really tried to land this thing. But it's probably one of the most awkward ones to land because of how they do it differently. But other than that, if you're into that sort of thing, like I said, here's to put some weapons, put your suit. Technically, you know, if it fits, it sits. I'll shove a box here. If it fits, it sits. Don't have much cargo space, obviously, but if it fits, it sits. Like, you know, put it here or something, you've probably got a box or 2. Okay, obviously it's using the Xeni language, so again, if you're learning that language, you probably understand this. If you're not learning it, it's still had the English there, it's the airlock, cabin, cockpit, so I'm assuming we're in the airlock now, so I'll go to the cabin. So this is obviously your little personal area, there's your sink, your bed for sleeping, logging out in. Your own little private little, yeah, toilet. Yeah, that's a toilet, isn't it? Sink, shower. Is that a toilet, or is it just a urinal? Because there's your sink, so you wash your hands there. Cause at first I think it's going to be that, because some of the ships like Drake have double. Is there a button to bring a toilet out, or is that the toilet? Could be the toilet. Because some of them will have this here, and the seat will come up, and this will come down. Well, maybe that is the toilet. I guess it technically could sit on that, or of course you say it's a rhino. It's a little higher than normal toilet. It's alien based, so it could be why. We got a little shelf. Okay, let me see. What's that do? What did that do? Oh, no, it's not the toilet. Ooh, hey, it's the sink. I guess you can use it as a rhino if you want. So yeah, here's the toilet. And of course you hit that to put it away, and there goes the toilet paper. And now you have a lovely shower, and then of course wash your hands here. Or I guess if you really want to, if you're a guy. And like I said, this is like your little area. And again, there's nothing stopping you technically holding a box in your hand, come up here and go plop. You know, stack a couple, plop, plop. Again, sits, it fits. It's not a cargo grid, so technically it couldn't move around, but there's nothing technically stopping you doing that. Or even to make it more secure, put it in the damn bathroom. You know? Voila, you got a box or 2 in there. Why not? Hey? At least you ain't going to slam into anything else at that point. I'm sure you fit one right there if you angle it. And I guess technically you might be able to fit one under there if it's small enough underneath that. Is there any buttons for... Ah, there is. What's that for? I was thinking to put that away. What's this button doing? Open. What's opening? What's opening? What is opening with this? Open. Okay, that does something, but I can't see what. Oh, a button down here for this? Oh no, it's getting me in the bed. No! I'm saying, okay, good. I guess there's nothing. I feel that must be for something. Maybe something that's in the ship that's not working yet. That will fit put later on. Maybe open that and a part comes out where, you know, like a shoe generator and you can replace it or something. But I assumed it was going to be for this, like putting this away and that, to give you a bit more space. It could be. It just might not be working right now. Because again, remember, it's pre-alpha. But even if it isn't, if it is to put this away in and back in, if it's how long to stick it out, it still does its job, doesn't it? Okay, so let's go to the actual pilot seat. So again, technically, someone left a bottle under here. Again, it'll come up here, turn around, in your box, fit to sits, etc. Oh yeah, this is where the parts are. So you come out with your pilot seat and start messing with the parts, you know, repairing, whatever. And of course you sit in the seat. And up, and atom! So you see it spins, like, that's awesome. Boom! There's a Zinni language. Boom. See, oh god. Okay, that's better. So do you see what I'm talking about, where we are here? Ugh, can we get the view to work properly? Okay, it's hard to get it. You can just see me, it's kind of hitting me and pushing me away. There I am. So basically, you see, that's the way you face. So obviously you fly straight up like that, and then you would flatten her to go straight, etc. So, can I get it in an angle so you can see me when I do this? A little bit. We'll try from there, and I'm going to Y to get us out of it. As you can kind of see. There we go. See the speed up. It's like being a roller coaster. So yeah. To me, if I joined Star Citizen today, and I did not have my Aurora Delta, I did not have the attachment to my first ever ship being Aurora, and I had to pick from the starter ships today, and this is one of my choices, I think this would be the one I would pick, personally, because it's really cool. Oh, we don't want to go middle, we want to go all the way down. So I kind of like how they do it. Like, I personally think this would be the one. It's really nice. Let me, for you, let me Google the price of it quick, because I keep seeing 70. I think 70, 75. I just want to know if I'm right for you. To do Star Citizen. Oh, I just need to go to IAE. It'll be on there, won't it, Barry? Instead of Googling it directly. IAE. Is it IAE? IAE, yeah, IAE. 2025 will do. Degenerating, does the Expo? Nope. Welcome to the Expo, that's what we want, Roberts Industries. No, that's brought me to the bloody wiki. I don't want the wiki, I want the actual page. Here we go. So let's scroll down and give you the prices. Obviously you can try it for free for 2 days. This isn't the page I want. Into Expo. Give me a manufacturer schedule. That's not what exactly I wanted. I know, I'll go to our side, do it that way. I like found a more in-depth thing what I didn't want. Okay, visit it. Okay, here we go. Scroll down, I just want to bring all the ships up. There we go, here we go. The Zeus MAK. What number is this? 27, so I want to go the other way. Apparently going backwards. Let's do match as I go through it quick. Wait a minute, I just realised. This isn't RSI, is it? So you ain't going to show it, is it? Duh, Barry, I should have just Googled it. I keep thinking it's RSI Day, but it's not, is it? They're not doing that. That's just when they go and sale for us to back with. Duh, idiot. Star Citizen. I just should have put that in like I originally do it. Cerulean. Because again, it's not the day of it yet, so the price might change and go up, but normally they inform us that they're going to go up. So, Cerulean price, wiki, do that, will give it me, because it should give us like the past price, pledge price. That's what I want. $70. Warbound was 65, so in new cash was 65. But if you use, you melted your ship, and say you had a $100 ship, you melted it, you've got $100 now. If you want to do it through that, it would be $70. Obviously, the price of the ship could go up in time, but as of now, I believe they haven't informed us. They don't inform us that the prices are going up on this ship. And normally it'd be like, oh, this ship, these 3 or 4 will go up after this event, or they're going up. And this last time we get about this price, and I haven't seen it for that one. So basically, 70.65. Okay, we got that way. So we've got these side bits to look at. Okay, so we've got a like nice little area we can sit around that. If you want to come with your group of buddies, you can have a little chat, have a drink. Ooh, got some stuff back here. The Gatlin railing. Okay, we're looking properly. Medium fighter. Cargo. Fudge. Zinni and human hurlers alike are eager to get their hands on the soon-to-be-released 2956. Again, if you never play Star Citizen or watched anything on my channel, they do it blue like this when they're concepts, so you can still technically see what they're looking at. It's this here. These are gladiators. So again, they're supposed to be adding them to show scale, a little bit more action. So normally you just have this blue. Means it's not done yet, but they've got like the outline of it, etc. So again, this will be on it to back as a concept ship, whatever price it's going to be, and then when that's done, this year, next year, 3 years from now, you will get that ship or whatever it is. Zinni and human haulers alike, I read that manufacturer, following up from their successful first foray into the human market, the updated vessel still features interspecies living quarters and ground level cargo handling, but with an astonishing double the cargo capacity of early prototypes. That's cool. This is like a nice little night thing, isn't it? Sit here and have a drink looking at this. Do you imagine? That's good. They could do. What would be cool? Sit here, watch this, and have it like they've got now, but then have a small like animation every now and again. That would be cool. So it sits here like this, and that's great, and then maybe after like 20 seconds, then blast at it, and then it goes back there for like 20 seconds or 30 seconds or something. So you can still look at it like this, but or maybe even have it set like they got one here. Have this here, and you press the animation button. Then there's like a 30-second animation with them blasting it and it fighting back or something. Or depending on if it's a mining ship, you know, it mining something, or basically show what it does. That would be cool. Obviously, that'd be a lot more work to put in, but once the Star Citizen's live properly and we're not having these concept ships the same, that would be really cool to do. I think, personally. Okay, so we've got to do the size quickly, and you can see even on there there's any stuff on the size quickly, and then we've done the first haul. Oh no, there's more at the back! Bloody hell! Stack 2, yeah. Okay. Because I have a Zinni ship, and it's the light fighter. This one I think is the medium fighter, the one I thought that was going to be, so I think it's that one. Because originally the one I had was supposed to, it's one of the few designs that have changed. Because basically, normally when they concept a ship, and they say it's going to do A, B, and C, it always comes out with A, B, and C if it got bigger, whatever. There's very rarely been ships that they've done that when they said A, B, and C is going to be in it, and then to come out with A and C and left B out, for example. There's one or two, and my ship is one of the ones that they did that with. Because I can think off my head 2 ships are doing that. My small Zinni ship is supposed to be in the 2-seater, ended up being a 1. And the other ship is the next Great Starship winner. You know, the Nutcracker one. I can't think of the name right now. It's been on my channel. Priority had it, and we flew his. Had a little trouble with the turrets at the time. That ship. That was supposed to be like a drop ship and something else, and it ended up just being the other thing in the end. So there were a couple that, you know, and it had A, B, and C, and they come out with A and C in the end. But most of them, if they have A, B, and C, come out with A, B, and C on it. And like now, they won't even, if they say it comes out now with A, B, and C, it will have A, B, and C in it now. The only thing that's come close to altering that, drones are one of the other ships. They don't use drones for that particular gameplay anymore, medical. So they still got a drone room, but they have moved away from using drones. So unless they come up with another idea, and that's what the room stayed for, the drones will be altered. But it's just everything it's supposed to, just not with the drones. These are shields, and I'm not going to hit F because it'll buy a damn thing. As you can see, some of the size differences with the shields. You know, like, you know, the big capital ones, etc. Some more of the guns. Still can't believe I said million earlier by mistake. As you can see. Hi, mate. You know, you literally walked through that and just sat on it. But look at these. Like, some of these guns are ridiculous. But again, they're probably part for all the Idrises or the Polarises of the world. Oh, they're not. I didn't realize enough was sitting here. That's the little hoverbike. As you can see, the little guns, people. See, racing the speedy and maneuverable open canopy racer from I don't know how to say this, APOA, is capable of zipping along planet surfaces or deep space. Available for the first time in human space, the Nox has been specifically redesigned for human pilots and is ready to race. The whirlwind livery mixes various shades of blue in a memorable animal stripe pattern to give the Nox a daring look. I have one of these. You can see it's like a swoop bike. Or basically a swoop bike Star Wars. So basically a floating bike. I think that's what it gives you. This is a Dragonfly. But this one has... I think it's a Dragonfly? Yeah, it does. I was going to say, I'm trying to think, because I think there's another floating bike that doesn't have guns. It's just a bike. Or it might be literally just a bike with the wheels. But this one obviously has guns. I think Dragonfly did, but I think Dragonfly does. And the Dragonfly also is a two-seater, technically. Oh, he got me up on top of it. This is a one-seater, but the Dragonfly is a two-seater because you're supposed to have someone sit on the back and they're supposed to be able to use their gun. Where this is a single-seater. Oh, and technically it's classed as a snub fighter. Because theoretically this floats like this, but you can't take it out up from gravity. But you can leave a ship in space and fly around space. Then once you enter, say, a planet's gravity field, you will then come down. And once you land, to leave the gravity, you would have to enter a ship, and the ship will have to take you out of it again. So it's a very dangerous snub fighter. Oh god. I used F to zoom and I got back on the thing again. Okay, the animation getting me off isn't doing it properly because it's just plopping me on top of it. I'm supposed to like climb down next to it. Okay, so medium fighter. I was alright this time. Medium fighter, I thought it was. Harnessing the power of next generation Zinni fight systems, upgrade dual vector thrusters, and a daunting weapons package. Apon has crafted a fighter that retains the nimble, dexterity, and tight handling of the brand is known for. Basically, they're very unique. See these engines, they flip around. Because we normally have the regular thrusters that most ships have. And these had to really move around to give you more control and more maneuverability. So theoretically these fly differently, but if you're good with it, you should be more precise with this. If you're good with it, obviously if you're not good with it, it doesn't really matter. The Alus livery, whatever, adapts and updates the iconic colours, and these are unique colours, and design used on some Tararan ships to bring a striking new look to the Satokoya. The livery adds a distinct red pattern to the fuselage, while shimmering green covers the rest of the ship. Grey lines swoop across the entire ship to help break up the silhouette. Yeah, I actually like that colour of this one. If I own this one, I don't. If they don't have a pure red one, this is probably the one I'll go for. Okay, I assume it's just the front. We don't have any back interior or anything. That's cool. Like, I'd really like to look at the alien ships. Though I feel it's only Misk who mixes their alien technology with it that I really tend to get. Okay, is it sideways to get in on this? There we go. I like the glass. It kind of reminds me of a hamster ball. Oh, here we go. See again in technology. Can I zoom out? Oh god, that's bright. I can see me for a go up. Kind of just missed it because of the brightness. It's like being in a hamster ball or the wheel, because I know I used to have I've had some hamsters over the years, but my original Snowy got a lot of toys for him, and the others kind of shared them later on after he was passed, obviously. And it was like a wheel thing or a dragster, and he'd be in like a wheel thing like this, what would turn. It reminds me of that sort of thing. So not quite a ball, but because he had the dragster thing at the side, it looked like a dragster car. You ran in this forwards and backwards and went forward. Because obviously being a little flatter instead of being a ball. He had his ball too. Speaking of balls, how you control it. It's cool. That's just how we get in and out. See, it plops you down, and then it took back to my view. There we go. Oh, I think the balls flow. That's cool. I didn't even notice. That's cool. So back here we have another little nice dining area. They need to add more things, like, you know, someone here selling hot dogs and stuff, so to make these dining areas look better. Because otherwise you buy them at the start of the event, and you got to go all the way back here to find the stuff. Oh, Banyu, the Banyu Defender, innit? Spend. And this one, I believe, it is a 2-player ship, but it's unique in the sense that each pilot has full control. I'm not sure how that works, and I've never been with you know, 2 people in it. I'll just correct myself. I have with SupernovaTiffy, but I don't think it worked properly then. But it's supposed to have both full control. So if you're the left pilot, you know, standing this way, so that would be right, right pilot, for example, and lefty's doing nothing, you should have full control of controlling the ship, and vice versa. You get out, they should have full control. Maybe you'll be able to divide stuff to them eventually. So like, you control guns, I control the, you know, etc. I don't know. You're supposed to have full control, basically. It's a nice little ship. This is the one that's supposed to come with the, well, it's, oh, I guess it doesn't come with it. It is traditionally the defender of the Banyu merchantman ship. These are the ships that traditionally with them. I don't think you buy a merchant ship, you get one of these. Like when you buy the Carrack, you get the Pisces, for example. You buy the Connie, you get the oh god, what's it called? Merlin, or the fudge, Mercury. Not the Mercury. Fudge. What? I thought my brain is just gone, and it sucks because my hamster name is Mercury. Okay, that's really annoying me. What's my hammy? Sugar. Star Citizen. I want to say Nostradamus for some reason, but I know it's not that. Mercury. No, not the Mercury. I just literally said Merlin. Merlin. I hate it. You know when you. Archimedes. There it is. Archie. That's why it's Archimedes, and we used to call him Archie. So Archimedes and the Merlin. Basically, they come with, well, most Connies come with the Merlin, the posh Connie, the Phoenix comes with the Archimedes, and then I think the Taurus doesn't have any Connie. Oh my god, it is a Connie. The Taurus doesn't have any stump fighter with it, I'm trying to say. Where 2 Connies get the Merlin, 1 Connie, the posh one, the Phoenix one gets the Archimedes, and the Taurus gets none. I think that's what I was trying to say. Hopefully that's clear now. But basically the merchant Banyu, it traditionally has these, but I don't think it comes with it. You have to buy these separate. But they're traditionally what's defend it. I don't know if it means it can store 1 or 2 when that comes out. What do we have here? Banyu Defender, Light Fighter. No reason why I don't have one again. Light Fighter. I already said I got a couple of fighters. Meet the Banyu Defender, a multi-crew fighter whose patchwork design highlights technology from a variety of species. Featuring modest accommodation for its crew and easy access to components, the Defender gets its name from the role it serves. First line of defense against enemy attacks. That's why the Defender makes the ideal companion to the merchantman. That's what I was trying to say. One to do the heavy hauling and the other to perform the deadly dogfighting. The Harmony livery is meant to showcase humanity's peaceful relationship with aliens with a semi-pearl placent blue main coat marked with organic reflection red to suggest the combining it's a thingy, the coming together of desperate species and cultures. Is it desperate coming together of desperate I think it's desperate. No, I think desperate in the E. I don't know what that word is. The Harmony livery has been designed and produced by the UAE's Diplomat Corps even, and freely licensed to all space craft manufacturers. Now, Banyu Defender owners can celebrate the UAE's intentions of working towards a peaceful galaxy. Again, pretty cool shit, but like I think the people call this the crab for obvious reasons. So you go in here. And the things are by the sides. I think this is the is it the toilet? No. You get 1 bed here, 1 bed here. I thought this was the toilet. I thought I had a toilet in this, because here's where the thing is, and the other side is exactly the same. I'm sure this had a toilet. As you can see, so it doesn't matter which side you get in, you can fly it from both sides. You can see. Oh, fudge. There we go. Oh, you got on the bottom there. Just see the little language. That's pretty cool on the bottom of the stand. I actually really like that paint job. Personally, again, this is a full red one. I think that would be the paint job I had this that I would use. I really like that. The red and blue's nice. If they have a more true red one, that's probably the one I would use myself. I'm sure that middle has got a back area. Could be not working, or I'm just remembering wrong. I'm sure like this. No? Am I remembering wrong? Did you come out this way? Like it was a back area closet or a storage or something. I thought it was. Because these are the two side things. There's no other things here. This is where you sleep. Maybe I remember wrong. It just kind of looks like this would open. If you know, put in the comments, am I remembering wrong, or does this used to open at some point? Alright then, oh, very quickly. So obviously when you bring this up, oh, I double clicked. Oh, yeah, see the steps then, to see how that went, the smoother. Oh, we have a thing here though. This is where a weapon goes. So they get a weapon each side. Oh, shut. Flattens. See, so technically when you're flying, you have a bit more space. You know? And I guess technically, you know, it fits, it sits, you could put something down there. And then look at the steps. Boop! See? It's cool. Okay. Some more of the guns. Sorry, what's this quickly? Oh, the menu. Some more of the big knockoff guns. I like the size of some of these things. Gatling guns and stuff, I'm assuming. It's actually hard to see a thing. You know, it's so big, it's like, where'd you put it? Excuse me. A bit smaller there, variants. Attrition repeater. There's some power plants now. Like, look at that massive knockoff power plant. Wow. Does it say RAM access? Oh, it must be for a ship behind it. It was like, why is that citing RAM access? RAM is broods! Okay, have we missed any? Is that all of them in this particular 1 of 5 holes? Damn. Didn't we start this hole yet last episode? Oh, there's the. Oh, could you get the wings for it? Oh. I was going to say, could you come up there to fix things or whatever? Because the stinger. Again, if you want to look at that, we looked at it last episode. Like I said at the start, we looked at these ones at the front. Okay. Because the Talon. Okay, I'm trying to remember the side I came in from because we want to go round, basically, or round. I got a feeling it's this way. And then we'll do the middle properly. So, very quickly, Best in Show. These are ships that won this year. So when Best in Show, if you own any of these ships, pledge 4, you will get a special paint for them. If you own a 4, you owe a 4. If I'm not mistaken, the only ship that I may have... Oh, the missile one. Is that a new variant? Is that the missile one? When it first came into the game, it was a missile variant. I'm thinking that one, but it's the bounty hunter ship of it. Let me bring up the names for them, because I think one's like the Palax. Star Citizen. Best in Show winners, I guess 2025. The Irish Polis was the overall champion. Oh, one of these is a Polis. Oh, I'm crying out loud. I'm googling the damn thing. It says it here. Asgard. The Zeus. Okay, yeah, I was right. So the Zeus, this DS version, of course, is the cargo variant. There's 3 variants, and they brought 2 of the 3 out. The third one is the one I own, the bounty hunter version. So I'm kind of hoping when that comes out that I react. What's the word? Not reactive. Basically, you get the paint at a later date. I'm hoping. I probably won't, but I'm hoping they do, because to me, I own a damn Zeus. I just don't own that one, and mine's not in. Even though I pre-ordered mine, or concept ship, whatever you call it, at the same time, these all 3 were on offer. But they brought 2 in it, and haven't brought mine yet. And the Gladiator, yeah, oh man, I'm surprised the Gladiator came fourth. Wow, that got some love. I was right with that ship though. That was basically back in the day when with Star Citizen we first started getting it in modules. We started off with a hangar, and day one it's stuff like, you know, the Aurora. If you owned it, it was in the hangar. Freelancer, I owned it, was in the hangar. If you owned two, they were both in this hangar extended. The Hornet, and then we got Arena Commander, where we sat in the seat, put the helmet on, and it opened up like virtuality, and we got to a dogfight with Hornets, and then they slowly started bringing the others in, the Auroras and the Freelancers, and eventually this ship came in, and it literally started being known as not Wing Commander, sorry, Arena Commander. We started to call it Missile Commander, because this baby, again, it's years ago now. I didn't have one, but people used to had something like. Firstly, it was the first ship that actually had two players in it. That wasn't something like a Freelancer, where you could sit in it, because it had like one cockpit with a turret and a second cockpit. So technically, it was a two-player ship. Where something like the Freelancer, you sat in it, but no one else could do nothing. Where this one had a turret, because I don't think the Super Hornet people could use the turret on day one. You had to sit in it on your own end. It was just an extra gun. So later on, they got the actual turret where you could sit with a friend. So I think it was the first ship, if unless I'm mistaken, that you actually had a second turret that a friend could sit in. To do it though, you had to like you both get in your ships and you had to jump, eject out your ship, fly EVA over and get in it. I think that's how you had to do it back in the day. But anyway, Missile Commander, again, I can't remember how many it was, like 12, 16 missiles. But players used to do with that ship, they used to fly in, lock on to you and 2 or 3 other players, and missile, 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 missile. And then they'll blow the smithereens out of you, because missiles were so hard to get away from back in the day. And then run out of missiles, and then they'll self-destruct. Then respawn, full set of missiles, missile, 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 missile. Again, that's how they used to do it. Obviously, that doesn't work now. AIM missiles aren't as dangerous as they used to be. Obviously, if you know how to use them right, they are. But also, something like Arena Commander, if you did that, you would come back with no missiles. They don't replenish anymore. To replenish and Arena Commander, in a way, it made it a bit more of a game. Well, it was supposed to be an inversion game in this universe. It made it a bit more of a game. They started, you kill somebody, it will have like flashing like missiles or repair kits, and you can have to fly over them. And if you fly over the missiles, you get 2 more missiles back. So in other words, if you did that original tactic was missile and killed like 3 or 4 people, you then got to fly over their missiles, and again, I can't remember the missiles, let's say it's 16. You might fly over them, get people, and you end up with another 4 missiles or 6 missiles. And they're coming back, and again you missile them, and then someone else comes in and hits you before, you see what I'm saying? So basically that tactic doesn't work anymore. But back in the day, like that was like, when that came in, that was like the ultimate ship. People with that ship would ranking up the wins and kills like Billio with that baby. And I felt like it's never really had an update for years. It's one of the oldest ships that didn't have an update for years and years. It looks like it's had an update now. I don't know if it's because it won, but I feel like the Freelancer went through 2 or 3 updates. The Hornet went through 2 or 3 updates. Connie had 1 or 2. Like the Auroras had 1 or 2. I felt every day one ship, so to speak, you know, Kickstarter ships that were actually put in game from almost day one in the hangar have all had multiple updates over the years, and I felt that one was the one lagging behind. Like maybe it's had an update now. It looks hell nice to there, or maybe it's just because it won the paint, or maybe they're gonna give an update now. But I know, like when they had to go standard ships, for example, basically that means they bring the ship up to standard, whatever was required now and as the game is. So you know, like something like this would probably have like a little web and hanger thing coming out, an area around to get the parts out to repair or to replace with, and they probably have none of that at that point. And as far as I know, unless it's happened recently, that's one of the few ships that's never really had that stuff. It's like one of the real lagging behind ones. So the fact it looks different and really nice here, maybe it's finally had it. I don't know. If you own one of these, put in the comments. Has it had its gold standard up to this point? Can you access all the parts now and that, or is it still really the original one, basically just a new paint job? But yeah, so if you got paint of any of these 4 or all 4, you get paints for them by the best in show date. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, I've got to keep looking up a little bit because I forgot stuff like that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so it's like showing off some of the boxes and then the cargo stuff here. The secret world of logistics. Beyond making deliveries, cargo hauling often involves deep strategic work that the public never sees. From planning routes to arranging cargo grids to organising ground to space vehicle transfers, hauling is a career that is both physically and mentally engaging. Can we move these? But yeah, I know there's talks about using these and moving these. I don't know if they're in yet. Budget for every trip. Hull C. As the ship manufacturers vowed to design more efficient cargo vessels, today haulers have plenty of innovation options to choose from. Whether it's the ruthless simplicity of the Drake Interplanetary Caterpillar, the military-grade space frame of Crusader C2 Hercules, Starlifter, or the collapsible cargo spindles of the Misk Hull C. I have my Hull C. This ship, for me, is going to be my big, risky, money-making ship when the game goes live. Basically, when I have enough money to fill one of these up, and I'm okay with losing it because I could get hit by a pirate, a player, whatever, and it's not going to bankrupt me, I'm going to get in one of these with me, maybe Tiffy, maybe Priority, maybe a number of characters are in the game at that point, and then try and do some big jobs with it. And obviously the idea is I deliver them, get a lot of money back. Deliver, get a lot of money back. If I mess up, so you know what I'm saying? It's also when the game goes live, 1.0, etc. I need to earn some money to make sure I can fill this. I'm not going to take this out when I need a couple of boxes on it. Oh, just a couple. I'm going to be the full thing, but I'm not going to do it when if basically what I'm saying, I'm not going to put all eggs in one basket because I saw one place do that today. They're like, I put everything I had, I got no money left, and then a bug destroyed my ship, or a player attacked me, or a pirate killed me, or I crashed into the station, and then they're like, I need money. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that, if I lose this, I can technically fill it maybe 1 or 2 more times. So I can have a second go, but if I lose it, I ain't going to go anymore until I build that money back up again. Then I would go again. And if we succeed, hell, I've got enough for like 4 of these now, or 5 of these, or whatever. That's the way I see my Hull C. It's a ship I won't use often, but it's something that's going to make me a lot of money when I do use it, or cost me a lot of money. Okay. There it is, basically, and obviously they've got A, B, C, and D, E. E's the biggest. And right now, I'm trying to think, C's in the game. A's the game. I think B just came in. D and E I don't think are in it yet, so I think currently the biggest is C right now. But C is meant to be the most common ship in the universe. Because remember, the way they've done these ships, us players make up 10% of the overall non-player character population on the verse. We're 10%. We're the elites. Hi, mate. We're the elites, basically. We're the people who have the ship. Because some players, I don't think they understand, and they're like, well, why does everyone have ships in the verse? That's not right. Like, yeah, it is, because we are the 10% elites. And then, probably 5 or 10% non-player characters who have it too. And then the 80 other percent don't have ships. So basically, think of it like on Earth, the billionaires of the world. Who do they make up, like people like Musk and that. Basically, we're the Musks of the Star Citizen universe, hence why not only do we have a ship, we have multiple ships, or whatever. Where the rest of the population doesn't. That's the way it's supposed to work in this game. That's why it makes sense all the players have ships. But not the whole universe has ships. But yeah, that's the whole series is supposed to be common. I had that as well because at the time it was one of the stretch goals to be a smuggler ship. And it's supposed to be able to smuggle with it somehow. I don't know how, I never really got into that, so I want to be a smuggler in the game. I want to play the game legally. In-game, obviously, legally, and then smuggle on the side, and obviously don't get caught. Or if I get caught, I can hack my way free or something. I don't want to be a pirate, but I want to smuggle. And smuggle could be good or bad. Smuggling food to a planet or a moon that needs them as a tyrant to stopping them. Or I could be smuggling drugs, to make some moolah. Different things. Because I used to, in Star Wars Galaxies, I used to make spices. So that's their version of drugs. No one would buy them, so I used to just use them all the time. Every now and again, puking every like 10-12 minutes. But it made me stronger for 10-12 minutes, and I'd be there puking my head off. Let me guild members on the spice heads about again. I did slicing too in that game, and people did buy that. Like 8k per slice. That's obviously it with it shut up. And of course you can technically land this zip. When it's like this, you can't land it. So you have to go to the edges of the space stations to get the stuff off. Where this one, obviously you can take off in a hangar and land. When you're out like this, you can't. And of course the things fit onto here, like you can see here the boxes. So you're like so. Okay, supporting humanity's growth. Since before the formation of the IAE, the Interstellar Transport Guild has been the lifeblood of humanity's expansion across the stars, building our empire one cargo delivery at a time. And so hopefully one day we'll be able to use these. I'm assuming non-play characters do a squadron already. I'm assuming they do, but hopefully we'll be able to use these as well at some point. Just to add a bit more realism to the game. And now here's obviously look at some of the different cargo types in the game. And remember, these are physicalized, so you physically pick these up, or use tractor beams to pick them up, or etc. Or technically be able to put control to move them at some point. I'm not sure if they're in yet. I think non-play characters push around, but again, players doing it. Because I know the Gerties in hospitals we can push around. And a lot of players seem to do that, like to block the doors with them. You can see, like, some of these how big they actually are. You see, let's say, think inside the box. Whenever the cargo is usually shipped in a box, but not all boxes are made the same. Not only do they range in scale, so you just pushed me, scale and size, but some are also specifically designed to handle more exotic or stable materials in a refined quantum. And we've seen that a little bit when we had certain missions where we had to, there was like 3 different types. One of them, if you quantum, it blew up. So you couldn't quantum with it. Another one, if I remember correctly, if you banged it around too much, it would blow up. And the other one, I think, was just regular. No, it was timed. That was it. It was timed. You'll get it. You had like 20 minutes to get it, but to the location, it will blow up. And then because you got regular ones, will just don't do nothing. And I think there was also a mining one. If you mined a certain thing, after so long, it would blow up as well. But they're the ones so far. I said I think there'll be more in the game, and of course you pick and choose what you want to risk or not risk. And I'm assuming if you pick the risky stuff, it'll be harder to get to the location in time, but if you do, you make more money. If you don't, you'll obviously get blown up. Or you dump it and won't get the money. Okay, a perfect ship for every trip. A ship manufacturer. Why is that vibrating weirdly? I've lost a spot. Via design. A ship manufacturer is via to design more efficient cargo vessels today. Haulers have plenty of innovations, options to choose from, whatever it's the ruthless simplicity of the Drake interplanetary caterpillar. Okay, that's what we read over there, isn't it? It's exactly the same poster. Yeah, it's exactly the same. We read that. I'm rereading the damn thing. In the future, was that the same? Was that a different poster? There's only 2 over there. Oh, that one could be a different poster. Oh yeah, the N2 look the same. Wonder why I didn't get the middle one over there. This looks different. Cross diverse is one trip at a time, delivering resources that are central to the Empire's continued prosperity. The livelihoods of trillions of people, and thanks to the Interstellar Transport Guild, advocating for the rights of haulers everywhere. 2391. I guess since 2391, my mouse was kind of covering it. Members can expect proper compensation for their work. Interested in hauling? Learn how. You can start today. And of course, the way the game's meant to be, and it's kind of like that. And I say kind of because I checked this patch, but last patch I think it was broke. Patch before it wasn't. But basically, most ships, not last patch, the patch before, because some of it didn't work, but generally it's supposed to work like, I go and get my cargo. I can pay them extra to plop it on my ship. Well, it could take 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever. It will tell you the timer, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it takes. Or I can manually do it. So obviously, if I can do it myself with my friends to do it, I'm going to make more profit. Because theoretically, I'm not paying for the play characters to do it. But if I take forever, maybe it's cheaper and faster for me. So I can do multiple jobs if I get non-play characters to do it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to work. And I think they kind of had it in before where you could... I don't think it cost anything right now. I'm trying to remember if it did or not, where you can just, you know, have it instantly put into your ship. Or you could have it come up with the cargo and do it. And I think we should do the cargo variant, because I remember people complaining in the last patch that you can't put it in the ship, you've got to lift it up with cargo and then the player's like, I don't want to do that, because obviously it's a choice. And because it was bugged, they had to do it and they didn't want to do it. So... Oh, hey mate, nice glasses, very steamy. Okay, so we came out there, so... Would that take me back around to the same spot? I'm trying to think which way to go. So we can carry on. What is that? Is that a new hall? Or did we come out of here? I got myself mixed up. I think we came out there. What are we on time-wise? 50 minutes. Oh, this is the middle again, isn't it? Let me check the thing. Okay, so we started here. Oh, you are here. So we basically, yeah, we've done that one. So we've come out here to the middle. So yeah, if we go down that hole, we can probably do the anvil stuff. And probably, we're going to do an hour only. Episode part 3 we'll probably be doing around here, here, and here. Maybe 4 to do the middle. Maybe 5 if Percy takes a long time. I go back that way, don't I? You do hole 2. Well, like I said, it's getting late, 3:34, because it's taking longer than I thought it would be, but obviously at the same time I think it's bigger because they're not doing it every day, so they packed in more in here. So I think I'll probably have to do the episode part 3 and 4 tomorrow, and I guess we can see if it flipped over. I'm hoping it doesn't. Yeah, these definitely seem bigger. Expand your universe, Anvil Aerospace. I was hoping to finish them all tonight, but I'm getting tired. Well, actually, my original plan was to do RSI Day, and then, you know, Origin tomorrow, etc. But that's cool. But because they're all packed into one, I was hoping I'll finish them tonight. But now I was like, yeah, I'm getting really tired. Some more stuff. Shield generators. Coolers. More shield generators. Maybe get finished tomorrow because that'll free me up for the rest of the week. But maybe stuff I need to still do. I didn't quite get my Galstiz finished at this point. I was hoping that before this started, but I'm done. I got about 7 episodes to do. And then I need to work on Sins and some other stuff. Get back to Vampire game for another week or 2. Of course, going to have a lot of Warhammer to do when the DLC comes out. F8 Sea Lightning. Okay, we talked about this a little bit last time. Basically, more in last episode, but basically very quickly go over it. The 2 ways to get this ship back in the day was to, well, technically there's 3-ish ways, but 2 right now. Basically, you find a gold ticket randomly in boxes, you get it back, and boom, you could then buy this back it, you know, pledge for it, whatever you call it. Or if before that, the only other way was to hit Congress and Wing Commander, what I believe is 10,000 in the game. And when I say in-game, that covers everything. That's, remember the game since 2012 people were doing this. So subbing, you know, $20 a month. That's $240 a year. So you see in like 10 years how that money can shoot up quite fast. You know, backing with more ships obviously shoots up quite fast. If you like getting the merchandise, like the shirts and stuff like that, the towels back in the day, that sort of thing, the models they do now and again, it shoots up quite fast, especially over 10 year, more than 10, isn't it? 12 right now, so is it 12? 2012, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is 10, 23, 24, 25, yeah, 13 years right now. So, really, it's not that much if you look at it that way. But that's how you can get one. That's the second way. The third way, what's technically not in right now, well, I'll explain the third way in a minute, because I just read recently they're changing the gold ticket thing. I think I said last episode, but just in case you haven't watched it. Apparently, once you hit the, I think we worked out it's Anvil Day, and we said the date. Look at last episode, because I looked it up at the time. I don't want to mess around looking at it again. But basically, if you own one of these through the Go Ticket purchased, backed it, whatever you want to class it as, or your Congress member, you get a special paint by the Anvil Day. But they're not going to give it in the future. Meaning, like I said, SupernovaTiffy is probably like a grand 15 away from getting it. She won't get that paint. Because we can't afford just 15,000 for no reason right now. It's not thousands, it's 1,500. But you know what I'm saying, right now. Obviously, we're putting any merchandise we buy on her account now for this reason. Like recently, we just got 2 t-shirts. So instead of me using my account for one, her for one, it's 2 t-shirts on hers. So, of course, that adds a bit more money to her account. We got the new, what's it called, mouse mats. One for me, one for her. Both on her account. And the, what do you call it, the poster, the mat posters. We only got 1 set of them now. But we put it on her account, so that's pushing her account money up to get her to ship. But we're still way off, so I reckon a year to 2 years of the good merchandise that we like, you know, we'll treat ourselves to, we'll get there eventually. Plus we sub, so like I said, 240 roughly, once a year. Boom. These bundle patches come out, we pick some of them up sometimes, not all the time. Last one I don't think we... Dude, I'm trying to think. The last one I don't think we liked. The one before it we did get. The one before that I think we did. But and the one that's out now, there's 2 out now. A $20 one, $22 one. The 22 one's a heavy armor, I prefer it to be medium. The other one is medium, by the way. But it's got lovely cloak and stuff on it, I really want to get. So we'll probably grab that before the event's over. So again, there'll be $20 or $22 on Tiffy's account to push it higher. So you see what I'm saying? So that's the other way. But she won't get that paint because of her sucks. Another thing very quickly, the third way. Again, I don't remember if I'm remembering wrong over the years or it's changed over the years. Squadron 42. I believe, this is where I get mixed up with it, that once you complete Squadron 42, you get citizenship. And you're supposed to, and this is the part where I get mixed up over the years now, from when it was said in the past. You get an F8 Lightning at the end of it. For completing Squadron 42. It's supposed to happen, but what I keep forgetting and getting mixed up with, you either get it for free in Star Citizen in the verse, or you're giving the option to back for it in the verse, or you're giving the option to head over to somewhere in the verse and then buy it with in-game money in the verse. It's one of the 3. I don't remember which anymore. It's one of the 3. But either way, you can get access in some shape or form to F8 Lightning if you complete Squadron 42. I believe has always been the plan. Like, how, if you have to pay real money, if you have to pay in-game money, you just give it for free, I do not remember anymore. It's been so many years ago, and plans change with the game anyway. So they might have changed what they're doing with that anyway, and I need to get a drink or a burger or something. I got 2 of them, I'm going to eat a burger quick. While we're waiting. Nom 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 nom, lovely jabber. Okay. Take a pip. But yeah, so everyone who completes Squadron should have an opportunity to get F8 Lightning. But now I believe they're getting rid of Go tickets. You can just go once it's on sale. Well, obviously, whatever day it lands on sale. I can't remember what F8 Lightning. Actually, probably tell me here. It was so much easier when it's like, oh, this is RSI day, so it's actually an RSI ship. Oh, this is an Origin day, it's actually an Origin ship. Anvil, okay, Anvil. So on Anvil Day, you'll be able to buy one of these. Ah, that must be why they said if you. That's why. Ah, that makes sense. That's why if you had it before this day, so people don't just rush out and get it now to get the paint. So if you hit Congress before that day, or you use the Go ticket before that day, because I think the Go tickets you can buy at any point, as long as you got the Go ticket, I believe. I might be wrong with that because I never got the Go ticket because I was literally a couple of hundred in real life getting it, so I just waited and got it. So I believe if you have it before that date, you'll get that paint, and then on that date, anybody in the game can, for what the 2 days or whatever, can basically purchase it as a backer for whatever price it sells for. I think it's like a $200 ship. You can purchase it basically. Oh, did I not drink my cat drink? Oh god, I'm going to throw it. No. In fact, I don't want to throw it. Shake it. Stop. No, come here. I don't litter. Don't want litter. I'll move my litter into this part so I know where it is. Okay. Okay, helmet equipped. There we go. So yeah, so if you don't want if you don't have one of these, you want it back for one, you've got to wait. If you don't have a gold ticket, you haven't found one in the game at any point in time, you got to wait until the annual day, and you'll be able to get it now without a gold ticket. But you won't get that paint if you're only like a 10 or a 20 off. If you're in Congress and you're almost Wing Commander, like you're 10, 20, 30, 50 quid off Wing Commander, maybe 100 quid, and you're like, you know, there's a ship I really want to buy, but I'm going to wait until the end. Maybe get it before then, so then you can get the paint for this. Assuming, because you'll get the ship for free. Obviously, don't wait for the day after, because then you won't get the paint. So, obviously, if you're like, you know, 200 off it, well, like Tiffy, she's like 1500 off it, then yeah, we can't really afford to do that right now. You know, with a 230 or 40 with the sub thing, maybe that little bundle, what's that, $20, $22, what's that gonna be, like $190 we can put into it for her near the end. And then obviously next year will be another 240, so again that's almost 500 at that point. Assuming we get no bundles throughout the year, then she would only be like 1,000 off it. Again, we get some t-shirts going for us next year, and some more merch we want to get, maybe just like 60, 30, 200 there, 300 there. You see how it starts slowly getting to the up with stuff like that. It's not like we're just going, oh yeah, it's 10 grand, boom. Like, you know, we're not bloody rich, we don't have that. But over 13 years, or next year will be 14 years, the year after 15 years, it kind of builds up. Because the way I see it, because some people, like, if you tell them what money you put in the game, oh my god, how can you do that? And you're like, well, there's a huge difference here. This is over, like I said, 13 years. What are you into? Well, I like motorbikes. How much money you put into that? Oh, I got my engine the other day for 6,000. It's the same thing as a hobby. What are you into? Oh, I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'll never spend that. Oh, when you played since the day one. You know that's a subscription, right? Well, of course I know that. Why? Well, again, Britain, $9.99 a month. How many years has that been out now? You see, that builds up. You're probably looking at, I'd be very surprised if you subscribe to Warcraft since day one and do it today, if it's not £2,000 or £3,000 or even dollars you put into that game at this point. And then it'd be, have you ever bought any of the horses? Because they wanted like $25 horses at one point, or mounts. Oh, I bought one or two. Well, there we go. So you bought, say, 2 or 4 of them. There's probably $100 there, $200 there. And then, like, have you ever bought any models for it? Models? What are you talking about? Well, do you have any statues you bought? Oh, yeah, I've bought 1 or 2 of them. They're like $200 for this, $300 for this. You got any other, well, how much? I got a t-shirt or 2. Okay, all that money, add all that together, how much you spent on Warcraft now? You see what I'm saying? You're probably getting in like 10,000s to 12,000s. But the difference is you don't have that sitting there where you can go to account and add up everything you've put on Warcraft in front of you. Where Star Citizen, as long as you get the official stuff, does. That's the difference. Because it's like SupernovaTiffy's sister, for example, she loves Tomb Raider. She's got Tomb Raider comics, she's got Tomb Raider games, she's got collector's edition, she's got models, she's got Tomb Raider, you know, actually standee. She's probably got other Tomb Raider stuff. She's bought like a little costume of Tomb Raider for her daughter at one point. Obviously, she doesn't have the price of all that stuff put together, but if there's an account out there that added all the Tomb Raider stuff up, do you see what I'm saying? Just like any hobby, it builds up. But I feel Star Citizen gets a bad rap because it's only one area, so people can, when you tell them or show them, they can see it or what you tell them because you have that information. But you can't do that with your hobbies. Because like watching this, for example, you're obviously a gamer to watch this. So you're probably interested. You probably played other space games. Maybe add all the space games you bought over the years up. This starts getting a bit high. Especially if you play a lot of them, like, you know, Elite Dangerous, the original one back in, was it the 80s, early 90s, original one. You bought, Sonic, for example, you bought all the Sonic games throughout the years, since like the Master System days. Oh, I think the first one came in Genesis, wasn't it? Or the Mega Drive, which everyone in class as UK was Mega Drive, it was Genesis for the America. But you see what I'm saying? They add up. Like, you know, you watched Game of Thrones, you bought a Game of Thrones t-shirt, you bought the box sets. What you're on now? 300-400 quid just for that. Oh, you bought a nice dragon Game of Thrones. What, 500 quid? 600 quid? It's the same thing. It's just a hobby. And if you've got the money to go out and spend 10 grand on one go, then yeah, fine. That's up to you. Do it. That's great if you can afford it. It's like Spidey for me. I collect comics since I was 10. How much money I've probably put into comics over the years? It's probably ridiculous if you add it all up. But obviously I can't add it all up. But if I did, it's probably ridiculous at this point. But the most I've ever spent at once for a comic, I don't know. And that also excludes like statues, figures, everything. Like when I used to get the toys, the video games, the videos itself. You know, back in when it was videotapes. Buying blank tapes to tape it on Fox Kids. You know, that sort of stuff. So I had the whole series. I'd get the whole series on DVD when it came out, and you know, add all that stuff up. The T-shirts. That's probably way over Star Citizen, and then get doing it since I was 10 years old. But at the time, the most I probably spent, like we go calls at the time tunnel, in one go, probably like $150. Probably Britain pounds, £150, maybe £200. But then other weeks I'll go in and I'll spend like tenner. Then other weeks I go in and I'll spend 40. Then I'll go in another week and I'll spend, like I said, 120. Then I'll go in a week and I'll spend 10p. Because I didn't have anything in there at all, and I bought myself a Pokemon card or a Spidey card or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It varies, but then you add all that together, you're probably in a couple of thousand already. And to me, it's the same sort of thing. So unless you don't go out there and buy anything linked to the same thing in any shape or form, but anyone who does, they probably put a lot of money into it over the years. You know, all the people who love anime, buy all the anime stuff and the models and stuff. It's probably the same thing. If you actually sat down and could remember or have access to every price and add them up, it's probably a lot. Yeah, they're probably, again, not picking them at all, but someone like that could be the one to be like, hey, you spent that much on Star Citizen, it's ridiculous. And I just use that as an example because I like anime too. Even though personally I didn't realise I liked anime. And what I mean by that is, I watched Dragon Ball, loved Dragon Ball, didn't realize it was anime. Watched a couple of things back in the day, like Samurai Pussycats, didn't realize they were technically animes. So when I came to America, and Tiffy said, oh, do you like animes? And I was like, not really. The only thing I've really seen is probably Dragon Ball. Is that anime? Just, yeah. And then it's like, oh, wait, is that anime too? She goes, yeah, that's anime. What's anime? Oh, apparently I like more animes I realised. Okay, manufacture Anvil Aerospace, focus heavy fighter. Few vehicle employed by the proud men and women who serve in the Empire's Navy inspired the R of the legendary F-8 Lightning. Forced to be reckoned with, the F-8 Lightning has now secured human's freedom from numerous threats, home and abroad countless times. Now that same next generation space superiority fighter is available to become part of your personal fleet with the Anvil F-8C Citizen variant. The Nightweaver livery featured a black fuselage intersected by green highlighted in a unique and irregular pattern. I used a purple paint for mine. I got a purple paint. I think was it the best in show I got that from? I think it won one year, or at least in the top 4. All 4 get the paints. I got a purple one for somewhere, and I got a feeling there was a lot of purple ones for best in show one year. But yeah, that's my point when people sit there and like make fun of, you put so much money to the game. Like, to me, if you can afford it, who the hell cares? Firstly, and number 2, if you can't afford it, as long as you've done it, well, I guess you can afford it at that point, done it gradually over the years, what's the difference to make it? Like with most things, it builds up, so who cares? Like, you could probably point things out like I was just doing, but from their own interest, where they put just as much, if not more money into their interests, but they don't consider it because they don't have that number in front of them. Like, look like Assassin's Creed, if you put every Assassin's Creed out there, what are they on, like 22 of them now? You bought them when they first come out? And again, I used Warcraft example earlier. I didn't even mention the expansion packs. If you bought them when they come out on day 1, like in Britain, the game used to be, I think, $29.99 if you didn't get a collector's edition or a special edition, and then I think every expansion might be $34.99 even. If you got every expansion, I believe expansions used to be $24.99, and it was every couple of years they came out. So every 2 years there's another $50, not including the subbing you were doing leading into it. Like, it adds up. And like Assassin's Creed, I like Assassin's Creeds. I've done them on channel, I think 1, 2, I think I got to 3. I've technically done the first 1 to 15 or 1 to 11 episodes, and then I did that whole thing on my channel where I swapped things around, went to more iconic shows, so it fell. It's on the channel, but I've never scheduled them episodes, and I planned at some point when I have time is to start putting them up on the channel and carry on with that series, but I just haven't got around to it. So obviously I'm not dissing Assassin's Creed or anything in that shape or form. Like, that's one series I always bought when they were $4.99 now, so I got them cheap as chips. But people who buy them on day one. So that's my point. I'm just trying to get across that if you're sitting there making fun of people who put money into this game, look at your own stuff, and you probably stuff you put money into and you don't realise how much you put into it. There's loads of hobbies like that. Okay, the FCM Super Hornet MK2. I got one of these. Manufacturer Anvil, Aerospace, Focus Medium Fighter. What are we on time? Oh, 110 for around 2 hour episodes. Firing the arena. Well, let's do this one first and see how many more ships in this area, because if we could do at least this one area, that'd be good. But if it takes too long. Refiring a renowned military class superiority fighter with the most up-to-date technology, Anvil Aerospace has crafted the FCM Super Hornet MK2, retaining the second CM Bull turret that made the original a truly terrifying mark to engage. Primarily dark grey and fortune livery, uses vibrant blue highlights to acute silhouette of the iconic Hornet MK2. Again, technically, obviously, the MK1 was the first ever ship we technically could fly, and I used the word technically because, like I said earlier, I think it was this episode, we had like the hangar, you could sit in the ship and all that stuff. We got Arena Commander, and the first and only ship you could use initially and drop one was the Hornet, not this version, the first Hornet. So that was full of Hornets for a few weeks or a few months, and then, like I said, the Auroras and the Freelancers were then added to it. And that's why I said technically, because that was supposed to be, remember, supposed to be a in-game game in this lore, so we weren't physically actually flying it in-game in the lore of the game. You see what I'm saying? It's basically like how I'm playing this game on my computer right now. That's what Arena Command is supposed to be. You're in the verse playing this game. So that's why I said technically first ship we could ever fly. Because if you say, well, it wasn't the first ship in the PU that you flew, then unless you were in a Hornet, obviously, then obviously it was the only ship that could be in Arena Command initially. So hence why it's technically, even though really if it's in the game and the PU is the real verse, then that's why I said technically the first ship you could fly. Because again, when we got to the PU, most ships, like 20, 30, 40 ships we could all fly then. Also, the Super Hornet had a turret thing, and I think you'd swap it in and out if you've got the pack for it, or a variant or whatever, where you could be a player in it and pew pew, or else it can be, you know, like controlled by you. Also, there was quite a funny bug with the Hornet. It used to blow up randomly in the first Arena Commander days, and apparently the devs couldn't work out why or how, and they found out because when we first had the hangar, we had us and a little handgun, if I remember correctly, and apparently that little handgun would be boop, 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 just like that, and as you're flying, do manoeuvres, it would boop, 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 and every time it does that, it would knock out apparently 1% damage off the ship. So certain people would do manoeuvres and boop, 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 and they're like, why did we blow up? We don't know. And then they try and do the same thing, but because they couldn't do exactly the same and they move slightly differently, they may not blow up that time. But then someone does another manoeuvre and it blows them up. So I thought that was quite funny. They said it was a bug that they hated at the time, but ended up being quite a funny bug when they realised what it was causing it. Like, just little things like that they couldn't understand. So yeah. And also, if you remember from the Kickstarter, the original trailer, I believe, is it the Idris flying off? It's these Hornets flying off it. The original one. But I think that's what we'll do once we finish these for the next 2 weeks that's left of them episodes. We will put my old ones up, or early this year one, and at the end of them I'll start looking at nicks and stuff, and then we'll see them at the end of the year or next year at that point. Okay, peddling. It's a nice big ship. looking at that, I'm going to go with dropship, cargo or dropship variant, gunship. Oh, the one I talked about in the Nutcracker one. That was I used to when I said about it. I think that was a dropship and a gunship, and then it became just a gunship. One of the ones that lost something. Okay, designed by Anvil Aerospace, the paddling is an imitating front-line fight. I was going to say fight that makes a bold impact whenever it arrives in battle, whether it's executing a dangerous operation or leading the charge against overwhelming odds. With its powerful array of turret weapons and odons, the paladin is ready to ride to the rescue. I believe this is one of the newest ones. When we're looking at, like, I like the shift. Tiffy likes a stinger, and I think this was the biggest one out of them. I'm sure it was. Equip the Carmen livery with its bold red highlights atop a grey base paint to make the paddling easier to spot amidst the fog of war. And I believe if it is the one I'm thinking it is, it has a turret or something, but gets slaved to the player pilot if another player doesn't take it. If another player takes it, he can use it, and then obviously 360, etc. But if not, it's slaved forward. If it's him on his own, to get more firepower. I believe if that's the ship I'm thinking of, and it shoots a lot of missiles. Pretty darn cool. And I believe as well, like where Tiffy's was $200 something, mine was $100. This thing was like $300 or $400. Again, I just don't see a reason for me and Tiffy and maybe Proud to need a drop ship. If we want to get in there, in and out. To me, this is the type of ship that an organisation who has like 10, 20 members would use or need. But for us, there's only 2, 3 of us, and maybe some non-play characters. That's why my biggest ship right now to carry will have 6 players. And I think Tiffy 609 has 6 players. And we can still use them. But I feel that they're getting on the big side. But I see the Carrick, I've always said this, the way I plan to use my Carrick is once monthly, theoretically, when it goes live. When I say once monthly, you think, well, that's not worth it. Well, what I mean by that is, because a lot of players turn around and say that players won't be able to afford in-game to use the big ships because it's going to cost too much. It's like missiles cost too much. Can't have missiles, what's that point? Maintenance is going to cost too much. It's not going to be practical for a player on his own or 2 players. Well, this is why I've always thought about that, and I always thought of it like this: week 1, week 2, week 3. I will do what I want in the first. Maybe I work with SupernovaTiffy, maybe I do it on my own, maybe I work with Private, maybe I do it on my own, whatever. And week 1, 2, and 3, I feel like mining. I'm going to mine and earn money. I want bounties. I'm going to bounty and earn money. I want to salvage, earn money. I'm going to do epic. I'm going to do stuff like that. And then at some point for week 4, I'm going to have my ship stocked, the Carrick, and I'm going to go into space with just me. Or I'm going to ask my friends like SupernovaTiffy, come with me. Non-play characters, come with me. Priority, come with me. And then we're going to go on a big adventure for a whole week and log in back for each week. And at the end of that week, I can go back to week 2 and 3 stuff again, where I'm earning smaller stuff to earn the money so I can fit this Carrick. Again, that's not the Carrick, but I can fit my Carrick so I can go and use it again. So in other words, when I'm in my Carrick, I don't really care if I'm losing money while I'm flying it, because I've built the money up so I can fly it for that week. You see what I'm saying? That's why, to me, when people say, oh, well, you can't fly it because it's not worth it, the funness is. And it's a jack of all trade ship, so that's why I want to do that. And that's the way I've always seen it. And maybe it takes longer, so maybe, I do 2 months of earning it, and then I'll fly it for a week, because it takes longer to earn, I don't know. But that's how I plan to use it, just how I plan with the whole sea, to build up enough money to get all the packages on it, to get all the cargo on it, and then go for that big haul where I can earn money or lose a lot. And make sure I've got enough for it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've thought about these, I planned for these. Am I going to be carrying it on my daily? Probably not. Is it going to be a fun hell ship when I'd use it once a month, once a week out of that month, or a week out of that 2 months? Yes. And if I lose stuff in, I don't care, because I've already built up the money, so I can do that. That's the way I see myself playing it. Obviously, if it ends up being a lot, you lose less money than I believe I will, and I could use it even more. But I'm prepared if I'm going to lose a lot of money by using it, so. And well, alright, we can still do little missions, do a little bounty here and there and stuff to help. Okay, let's have a look at this. As you can see, dropships are a lot of gun racks, a lot of armor suits, slots, etc. I'm assuming that's a spot for something like a shield or something, equipment. I doubt it. Maybe it's a cargo slot. Maybe it's supposed to put a small box or two in there. It could be. But I reckon it's more for, like, you know, they haven't included it yet, the shield area or whatever or something. I could be wrong. It could be for a little cargo spot. Go around here, get the fire extinguisher because we're going to get fire soon. I got a few idea, not an idea. I think a few in the PU, or it might even be this patch, the PTU, or it might even be this patch that can actually bigger ships can catch fire now. I've not seen it myself yet. Remote stations, so this is where the remote stations are, so probably using the turrets or whatever. Oh, ladder to go upstairs. Oh, I guess we're going upstairs. I didn't mean to grab that, but I guess we're doing it. Okay, that's the bridge. I feel that it's a bit steep in the thingies, like, you think you can fall down it. I feel the steps are a little steep. Okay, see that amazing turret. Okay, I can't really zoom out much more of this. Oh, there we go, that's what I was trying to do. I said she's a nice ship. That's one thing with Star Citizen. Most ships, again, on pretend, but not pretend. Depending is the word I'm after, on taste. Depending on your taste, most, if not all, ships are cool and unique in their own way. Obviously, that's why I say depending on taste, because you might be like, oh god, this ship's horrible. What are you talking about? That's why I say depending on taste. But most ships have a fan or two for them, if not more. Okay, so that's the stairs to go up. So I'm assuming they're going to have like the place for toilets. Yep, toilet. Oh god, I was going to say the mirror's working, so I'm headless. Ah, that's weird. The mirror works down if you go in that mode, but you go in this mode, I'm headless. I never noticed that before. Huh, weird. Toilet, shower here. Yep, we got a shower. So I've probably got a button to put that away somewhere, more than likely. Where's the beds? Oh, there's a table for the crew to eat at. Or I guess if some of the troops want to come in and get a little snack or something before they leave. So I think the way it's set is supposed to be like you've got the crew members 2 down here, and you have 2 at the remote thing, and then the rest of the people you're picking up, or either A, picking up from the situation hot and they're down here, or you are delivering them, etc. I mean, there's a gunship, so I guess it's less of dropping people off, but yeah, I guess it's less. It's much more of a dropship, isn't it? Wasn't this a gun and a dropship though? Or was this just a gunship? Don't remember if it was a gun or drop, but we literally read outside. Fudge. If it's a dropship, that's what it's doing. If it's not, then it's just more for this crew to come in to support the dropships, probably. If it's a dropship too, and then yeah, they'll probably stay down there, and this is just for the crew. So here we go, there's a nice table, 1, 2. Is that a bed or is that a seat? There's a seat. So 2 here, so I'm assuming there's 2 on the other side. Is that a bed? 3. The captain might have his own, if not, this is actually a 3-person ship. I'm thinking the captain's got his own. Engineering, of course the engineer here in the back. You know, moving fuses, fixing things, putting fires out, yada yada. Captain's quarters? Ah, yeah, okay, so it's 4. Oh, no, wow, 6. So they don't have a captain, could have 6. 2 here, 1 back there, 2 on the other side, 1 back there. Okay, so it's a 6-person crew at least. And the captain doesn't have his own quarters. So if he likes right or left. That was the toilet one that we saw. Yeah, 1 toilet. Bridge, yeah. It's the way out. Is there anything back around here? Oh yeah, the remote things. Oh, more relays. So let me double check again. Dropship and a gunship, or was it just a gunship? Just gunship, okay, just gunship. So it's supposed to be 6-person crew, help support people, etc. Not a dropship. Okay. What else we got left? We're at 1 hour 24, so how would I go to the next part? Okay. Are these last 2 ships in this area? We have the Sabre. I was going to say the pedigree. It's a Sabre. If I'm not mistaken, I guess we'll find out when I read it. Hence, I'm trying to remember and see how good I remember it or not. I used to, if you watch these early versions, my knowledge of this was amazing. But since then, there's been a lot more ships, and I feel my brain is not retaining the things or forgets more because I know what sucks. So it's a combination of the knowledge of ships expanding and me forgetting more what sucks. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was the replacement. And I use that word vaguely, of the Raven. And I say that because, as I stated in the last episode, the only way to get the Sabre Raven was to basically buy a particular Intel Pentium at the time, and you got a code with it. They don't do that anymore, so unless you happen to find one somewhere, secondhand that wasn't used, you can't get it. So instead of basically, there's like a handful of people have that ship and no one else ever can have it, or have that functionality, they made another ship that's close to it, so they can update that Raven for people, and to have another ship close to it. So, because basically when you update the whole of this, it updates the Raven too, I believe. So therefore something similar. I believe that's what it is. Let me double check if I'm right. Racing. What's Raven? I don't think the Raven was racing. I got a feeling it had quantum damper to it. Or not the quantum damper, the one where it fires it out and it like shuts your ship down. Let me Google the Raven quick for you, so I can give you the correct information. Raven. Sabre Raven. Flight ready, size small. Interdiction, combat, max crew 1. Part of the phase 2 of the new ship models. The Sabre was designed as a space of priority fighter for those situations where you need to have a light footprint. Okay, know that. Raven variant. Again, with the Raven variant, maintaining all the speed and maneuver of the Sabre forebear, but with a lower ship signature, making a fast. Oh, it's supposed to be a stealthy ship. I had it in my head it had like the interdiction thing or the thing that could shut ships down, or maybe it doesn't. The value of the ship's 200. If you own one, you can melt it for 200. I don't know why you would melt the damn thing, because it's so unique, the Raven. Avionics specifications. You probably, if you found one on eBay, it's probably like a couple of grand at this point because of how rare they are. Oh, it does. EMP did. I thought it did. It has 2 times S3 weapons, no turrets, no missiles, 2 times EMP devices. That's what I was looking for. So it does have EMP. The Raven does. I thought it did. So this one doesn't have that. It's a racing variant, but that one does. I thought it had EMP. But I think it was more to get the chassis updated, update this chassis, update that chassis, etc. So instead of this being its own ship, because at one point some of the ships were like that. Like, for example, use the as an example, the Raven would be one ship. If you want to fix something on the Raven, you have to, the coders, the art people, whoever had to go to it and do it. And then they had the same problem and say this ship, they would have to go to this one to do that one too. So it's double the work. So they basically made this so it links to the Raven. So they changed something on here, it should change it in the Raven. Change it on the Raven, it should change something here. So it's less work to maintain the ships. And then because it's got the EMP and this one doesn't, there might be a special thing that had to do with EMP related, but basically, if they change, like, they add a new panel here for some reason to add weapons coming out, should update on both ships now, because it classes the same variant in a weird way, or a different variant. After seeing what the fans of the Sabre Raven, mentioned, were able to accomplish with the fighter on the racetrack, the design team at Aegis Dynamics were inspired to craft an official racing variant for the Agile ship. Agile ship. So what they're saying is that people were using a Raven on a racetrack, or at least in law, even though it's not a racing ship. So they made this an official racing ship. Variant on the Agile ship. Enter the Sabre pedigree, streamlined and featuring additional thruster boosts. This nimble bird is ready to fly across the finish line. Ignite envy in others with the Sabre Firebreak levy, featuring vibrant red highlights against the black base paint. Yeah, nice paint. So obviously I have a saber, the original one that was my stealth variant, my light fighters, an energy base, where my Gladius does have some energy, but it has more bullets, you know, the ballistics on it, or ammo runs out. And I believe my saber has, I haven't used it for a while, is it 6 or 8 missiles? Where the Gladius say has like, you know, 4 or 6, it has less, basically. That's another reason why I was fine with 2 fighters. But obviously, the Raven had a more of a unique hull to the regular saber, the Raven saber, and I think they're copying the Raven chassis with this one more, so they can keep them both up to date. Like, more players will have access to this one than they do with the Raven. But that way they can, obviously, again, just making random numbers up, so don't quote me in these numbers. Let's say, you know, 5,000 people buy this ship, they update this ship, that updates to 500 who had the Raven. Obviously the numbers are probably way off, but you see like the ratio, etc. Is that the Avenger? Or is that another Raven? The Titan's, that's the Avenger. I'm trying to think, because Priority had one of these. I think SupernovaTiffy has one. The Stalker variant, yeah, but I think Priority, he melted his for the Cutty, or CC'd up to the Cutty or something. And I think Tiffy still got hers. So her Stalker is her bounty on the ship. But this is Titan. The Titan is the cargo variant. And I'm saying this as my eyes are shut, even though I'm staring obviously right at it, so you're probably reading it. I was actually reading, my eyes were shut when I was saying that. This is the, like I said, the cargo variant. The Stalker is the bounty variant. And then they have an EMP variant, can't think of the name of it. I want to. I think of the Cutty Blue. I want to say there's a police variant, but that's basically a Stalker, isn't it? I'm probably thinking the Cutty Blue, the Cutlass Blue one is the bounty variant. That's police. I'm trying to think. I thought there's 4 of these. Oh, there is the 4th one. Arena Commander. They did like 5 special ones with special levees, or you know, paint jobs, special loadouts. That were to do with famous, for whatever reason, in Arena Command, but they're supposed to be in the game's lore famous for like first person to ever kill a Vandal, stuff like that. There's a variant of the Avenger from that series, so there is technically 4. Because I think it's like 5 ships have done that with. I think the Gladius has got 1 too. Okay, Aegis, damn it, like Fritter. Looking the prison cells of the Stalker, or the EMP generator of the Warlock. That's the name of the EMP one, the Warlock. That's what I couldn't remember. The Titan's Hold is free to carry cargo. Couple that available space with the Avengers' tried and true combat abilities. People call this the Penguin, by the way. And you've got a light cargo hauler that's more than capable of handling itself in a fight. The Iron Weaver livery gives the Avenger a black hole with chrome highlights. Also, the Warlock version, you can only get in the front, and has a small thing in the back, where the other variants you can literally get in the back and cross into the front and vice versa. But the EMP blocks you off. You can get in there with the EMP, but you can't get to the front of the ship that way. And I don't know what would happen if you're standing there when the EMP goes off. And like I said, people call this the Penguin, and if I'm not mistaken, when people ask what's the best starter ship, I would class this as a van starter ship, because this is about $70-$80 normally, I believe. The regular true starter ships are more like $40. That's why that other Zinni one we talked about before, I can't remember if it was this episode or last episode. I think it was the start of this episode, wasn't it? You know, with the 3 tiers, and I class that as a van starter ship. Basically, to me, $40-$50 is the starter ships. $70-$80 advanced starter ships. Anything other than that is basically no longer really classed as a starter ship. But most people will say, when they ask you what's the best starter ship, most people will say, if you don't mind spending a little extra money, this baby, the Titan. Basically, the Avenger Titan. because it has a lot of cargo space. It's got quite good firepower. Oh wow, they've kind of done over a bit of a hole. There. As you, oh wow, what the hell? Who the hell built it? So as you can see, it's got quite a bit of cargo space. A lot more than most of the starter ships. That's why it's an advanced starter. Of course, you get your own little bed. Again, not every starter ship has that. I'm trying to think if any of them, if they all do have it. Do all the starter ships have them? The Aurora has the bed in the back, like the floating coffin. The new ones definitely do. The Mustang? Does the Mustang? No, I don't think the Mustang does it? I think the Mustang starship doesn't. But the Mustang, if I'm remembering right, is also the one where you can have the caravan variant that does. But if you go for the traditional starter and not go for the caravan variant, I don't think that one does. Unless I'm remembering wrong. But anyway, you get a bed with this. You've got a lot of cargo space for a starter, so I have the advanced starter. Where obviously, if this was a Stalker, by the way, you would have these pods here, and then you would walk between the middle of them about here. So you would lose a lot of space, but obviously you could bounty with that one. And also the Warlock one. You could enter here, and then you've got a big thing like here, and you can get past. Do you have a toilet in you? Or do you like a toilet? Oh, you might like a toilet. But you can get in here through this way I'm doing it, and also climbing up the side like a fighter. And the Warlock, you have to do that. But you can see why they call it like the penguin. But yeah, most people, as long as you don't mind spending a little extra, so instead of $45 you want to spend $70. Or get the thing in and CC up to this one. You know, again, you pay the difference to CC up to it. Most people recommend this as a great starting ship. Basically, because of the extra cargo space, it's got a bit more firepower in it. Means you have some missiles. You got a bit of space in the back, so technically, well, I think the bikes, you could fit a small bike in it if you could pick one of the tiny bikes with the wheels. That's cool though. But very quickly, I believe you can enter. There we go. There we go. Ladder. See, the Warlock, that's the only way to enter it with the Warlock. But with the other variants, you can enter that way too. So you don't have to go through the back. Especially if you filled the thing up with cargo, because you're looking at that, you're like, well, once I put boxes down, I won't be able to get through. Well, you don't have to. Just go that way. So. I think there's a special way of climbing out that way instead of turning it around there, but I don't have the ship, so I don't use it often, so I'm not sure how. But there is probably a special way of doing it. Okay, is there other ships in here? Because I said being an hour, we've gone to hour 38, bloody hell. I think it is. And of course, we want some coffee to go. Hey, you're selling nothing. My god! You know, this stuff, put it out so people can buy it. Wow, she don't want any customers, because I'm assuming I can't go back here and buy any of this. Wow. She had a mad rush, so she just kept everything there, like, no one's going to come to me. What the? Whoa! He's like, I want a drink, take mine. Can I talk directly to her?
Back off, okay?
Oh, wow. Yeah, she doesn't want to serve people.
Can't get enough, huh?
Of what? You? Oh, come on, we can talk to her. Greet, ask about the day. Oh, what's that? I've done that before. Ask about the day? No?
Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
What?
You again.
What do you mean again? You rude much. Ask about the day. Okay, probably doesn't work yet. Drink. Give me a pips. What's she get at me? Oh, at least she's serving me. Yeah, that's why she get her underneath. Okay, I'll drink this. How much attach? Oh, puppies. Put it down, please. Okay, you gotta put it down for me so I can take it. Thank you. That's what I say. Why is it? Why can't I grab it? Why can't I pick my drink up? There we go. Yeah, pretty nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh god, did my hand just twist? Thank you. Do you have a bin round here, or I don't see a bin. Have another drink quick before we end the episode? Hi. I think my hand twisted when I drank that. Hello? Okay, why are you ignoring me now? 100 per customer, is that it? I'm so thirsty. Hello? Rude mush, she's ignoring me now, isn't she? Hello?
I'm busy, okay?
Doing what? You were serving me!
Hey, welcome to... Never mind.
Wow. Okay, drink please. I'll take a fizz cola this time. Something. Oh, that's going to say something. How did it appeared? Where are you putting it? Oh, over here. Where are you putting it? Okay. Why are you holding it so much? Here we go. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Drink. Right, pick it up. Okay, inspect. Okay, let me do it that way, because my hand twisted, didn't it? Can I not do it that way? Oh, yes I can. Oh no, I didn't. Oh yeah, some good cola. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. No, was it not done? Nah, it'll be fine. Oh wow, I need to step back. That rubbish. There we go. Okay. Bye, one for die. Okay, let's check what we're going to look at later. I don't know if I'm going to do another episode now, just do it tomorrow, but we are going to end in a second. And okay. So we are here. So what I'm thinking is tomorrow go to hall 5 and then try and do 4. So with that being said, we're going to end here. So see you next time. Please like and subscribe and come back for part 3. And IVATOPIA, have a great one day. Bye, everyone.